Inclusive Friends Association IFA says more persons with disabilities, PWDs, their family members, caregivers and Nigerians at large need to be enlightened on what disability-based violence is about. Executive Director of Friends Association Grace Jerry said this at a news conference on gender and disability-based violence. The conference was held during the third cohort fellowship program of the Amplifying Voices project in Abuja with support from Ford Foundation.
The Inclusive Friends Association, IFA, with support from Ford Foundation, began the Amplifying Voices project in February 2021 with the objective of training young persons with disabilities, both male and female, from selected states of the Federation as fellows to combat gender and disability-based violence perpetrated against persons with disabilities through dogged and strategic advocacies. The rationale for this methodology is that advocates will be more comfortable engaging in a familiar terrain, and their audience will be more attuned to accept the message, of which will result in a paradigm shift from what was hitherto obtainable to what we hope things could be. From previous engagement with persons with disabilities, we came to the realization that discrimination, stigma, and stereotypes play a significant role in building the silence culture among survivors of various forms of violence. This fear has resulted in cases of violence against persons with disabilities, largely unreported, and has also rendered such survivors voiceless and invisible.
Program Officer Gender IFA Olawumi Okupe said the advocates made some key findings during the intervention which revealed that there was ignorance among PWDs and their caregivers on what amounted to violence.
Many persons with disabilities are not aware of acts, omission, or statements amounts to a violation, thus continue to see it as a normal, but because they have been programmed by the society to see it so. Cases where family members lock up persons with disabilities in isolation or forcefully marry them off, deprive them education or other basic amenities are not just wrong, but are a violation of fundamental human rights of the survivor as contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Poverty. This is a major reason why persons with disability continue to endure abuse, because they do not have the wherewithal to fend for themselves. They subject themselves to degrading and inhumane treatment because of poverty. And assailant continues to take advantage of the fact till it becomes too late.
Ms. Freki Andrew-Essien, Executive Director of Fair Care Foundation and Amplified Voices Facilitator, said IFA called for more persons with disabilities, their families and caregivers to be enlightened on what disability-based violence was following the findings.
More persons with disabilities, their family members and caregivers should be enlightened on what disability-based violence is. They should be enlightened to know what and what is not acceptable, what amounts to a violation, what to do when they are being violated, and how to go about it. Capacity of law enforcement agencies should be built on disability issues with a view to eradicate attitudinal, physical, or systematic barriers that persons with disabilities face when trying to access their services. Media outfits should take it upon themselves as part of their corporate social responsibility to report issues of persons with disabilities so as to enlighten the public and make them more aware.
She urged corporate organizations to sponsor media campaigns and projects that protect the rights of persons with disabilities.